Hello and welcome to the Stover Farm Channel. I'm so glad to have you here with me. We're back and we've got work to do. We've got to do some decoration. Really pay attention to some of the fine details on this beautiful, big mansion and property that we've got in Convoy, Ohio. If you were with us on the last episode, I spent some time putting down this really cool gravel road. We're on no man's land, don't forget, and Alien Jim added a bunch of updates to some foliage and some paintable items in the map, and now I've got rocks on a dirt road. I think that's really cool. We also put in a beautiful horse stable kind of up here on the hill, overlooking, well, it was overlooking, but now we've got some trees in the way, but overlooking the house. And we got to fix the boringness that is out here right now, because this is a huge property. But if we take a look in the editor view, there's nothing around. We've got the roads, we've got some nice terrain, but it's pretty boring. And right off the bat, I think I'm already going to start making modifications, so I'm going to get rid of that. I know. I do this all the time. I'll build things, and then before you know it, while I'm playing the game, I start modifying the crap out of things because new mods come up and, well, I just can't leave well enough alone. What am I going to put there, though? Well, I really like a new barn that I found. I believe it's all platforms. Let's find it. I've got so many mods now in my mod folder that it's hard to actually move through it. I really like this right here. It's called the Large Enclosed Shed. It's got a nice little awning on the front of it, and the color kind of matches my house. It's kind of large, though. I don't know if the scaling is 100% correct, but I like the look of it instead of those 3-car garages. And of course, I need to come down here. I've got the store objects, so I'm going to actually make a modification there. That's a mod where you can do store deliveries. It's available on the in-game mod hub, but I don't believe it's all platform. You can basically just walk around wherever you want. For me, it's like Shift Option S, and you save where things are going to spawn when you buy them in the store. And then we should probably get rid of this tractor, or at least drive it the heck out of the way. This is what I was using to grade the driveway right here, because what we did was I painted arable land, then I came in with this tractor and implement and smoothed it out, because I didn't want it to look like plowed land. I want it to be nice and smooth. And then I came back in, I painted some grass, and then I put down, again, those just paintable, and I'll show you where they're at. They're right here. Just update your No Man's Land map, and you'll get them. They're in, where are they? They're in decorations. No, I'm sorry, landscaping, and then go to painting, and when you update to the most recent version of, I'm an idiot, they're in plants, the most recent version of No Man's Land, you'll get them right here: small stones, medium stones, and big stones, plus a whole bunch of other stuff that Alien Jim updated. There's branches now. I think he brought over all of the meadowland, or the meadow brush from the Alpine and from the U.S. maps, so you've got those now. Just nice to see that he's, staying up with the map and updating it. And we're going to use some of that stuff. So where was I? We need to go back to where that barn was. And, I've gone back and forth on some of these builds. The last week, I was actually traveling for work. I didn't have any audio gear with me, so I couldn't actually do a voiceover. I, really wasn't prepared to do anything tonight, but just decided to grab the mic and start at it. So you're not going to get me on camera because I am definitely radio ready right now. I'm not TV ready. Okay, here we go. Where the heck is that barn? It is over a little bit more. There it is. I do this all the time. Yes. Okay, you know what we're going to need to do, though, first? We're going to have to come into our landscaping, and we're going to need to flatten out this area. We've got our driveway coming up, and I've kept a lot of the slope here, because this area, we're on the northern part of No Man's Land. Again, this is like 100% fully custom. Together, we've built a lot of this, and you can build this, too, if you've got No Man's Land. Doesn't matter if you're on PC or console. You just have to start building and raising and lowering the land and building your dream farm. There we go. I think that's probably enough. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't love it when you excavate the land like that. I'm going to come back in. I'm going to drop this building down. And it was way, 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 way over. I've got too many mods. How many mods do you all have? I don't even know the number, but it just seems like it's too many at times. All right, now I've got this. I'm going to turn on my snapping tool, which is C, because I want to make it nice and square to my driveway. And you can see I turned that on, so now I've got snapping going, and it's probably not going to be perfect, it looks like. I wonder why that is. I don't know. Maybe we'll turn snapping off and we'll just eyeball it. There we go. So I think we'll put this right here. And then that way you can see you come in, you come up the driveway, and you can just go right into... You can use the house garage, which is really, really cool. This is Snake Bizzle's recent addition on his Patreon account. It's absolutely massive. Why can't I go in there? Let's go this way. Huge garage. Open the garage door. Tons and tons of room. Huge workshop. But I still like to have a barn outside. And I can't quite tell if this is... I think it'll be fine. I like that. I want to store, my tractors, some of my... This isn't even... So this isn't not the farm. I want to be very clear on that, too. Like, I started this off... We were going to do, like, 1 or 2 episodes, and this has turned into many, many, many. This is just my house, because I'm rich, really rich. We put this river in. We've done a ton of stuff. The farm, it's going to be over here. Some have asked that, like, where the heck is the farm going to be? We put this beautiful river in. The farm's going to be over here. And these fields, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way over there. 8 fields. Those will be for the farm. I'm still working on my house because, again, this is my, like, dream property. Tons and tons of money. Do not care about money. Build it to my exact specifications. I cannot talk. My exact specs. Okay, like I mentioned, I hate when you just excavate the land, and we're going to smooth this out a little bit. So let me come into landscaping, and I'm going to grab my softening tool. You can see it's like not terrible, but clearly it's not right. We'll probably have to get rid of some of these trees as well. So I'm going to come over into my easy dev control. We're going to turn the delete object input on. And that is, again, easy dev. If you're on a Mac or PC, you can turn that on. I'm sorry, console players. I know you get a bad rap. I've been there. I've been on console. There's still some ways you can delete trees fairly quickly. Tree be gone. There's a couple of pieces of equipment that you can get that will just devour trees. But if you've got easy dev, just turn the delete object input on, and you can walk up to a tree and delete it. And by deleting those trees, now I can come in. I can grab my landscaping tool, and we're just going to come in and soften this up a little bit. I just don't like... It was way too harsh. Way too harsh. And if your softening tool's not getting the job done, I recommend trying this. Go ahead and grab your raise and lower tool, and you could do some damage with this bad boy. But if you turn the strength way, 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 way down, all the way as low as it can go, so that's K on the keyboard, all the way down. If you go L on the keyboard, you can see it raises the strength to the maximum. We're going to turn it down. We're also going to lower the size a little bit. So that's N and M on the keyboard. So again, I'll say K and L changes the strength. N and M changes the size of the paintbrush. And I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to lower it, but I'm going to just barely tap very softly on the mouse. And I'm going to lower this area kind of manually. If you were to hold down on the mouse, you would, again, annihilate this area, and it would just be a huge indentation on the side of the map. We don't want that, but I just want it to be nice and soft. And sometimes that softening tool doesn't get the job done all the way. So I'm going to kind of make my brush a little larger, nice little soft. You can see this particular action is getting rid of my grass. That's okay, I don't care. Soften that out. Now you can jump back over to your softening tool and soften any of the areas that you might have gotten wrong. But you can see what it did there. It just made it less obvious that there was a hill there. And I flattened it out and just dropped that barn in. And when we come out of build mode, I think you'll see the difference. It's smooth. Much smoother. Still a little weirdness there, but that's okay. We can come in and we can add some grass, and that'll take care of this. Much happier with that. All right, let's jump over here. And let's fix the grass. And I'm not completely, like, sold on this grass that I've got down here. I wish there was a way to do stripes in grass. And I've been experimenting with a few things. You could technically go into your grass. And let's try this real fast. So, landscaping, plants. There's all these mods now for... And these are, a lot of them are just downloadable drag and drop mods straight into your mod folder. I'm on a Mac. It's very difficult for me to actually make mods. I can't make mods. I don't have the ability to do that. It's also really tough to zip mods properly on Mac because it just does not work well. I've tried going in and modifying some of the XML files and then resaving them as zip files, and for whatever reason, the Mac file system just does a terrible job of saving. So it's like this particular mod here, it's all 3 levels of grass, 1, 2, 3. And I've been experimenting with this where you could maybe like come in here and you can take one level is slightly lower than the other, and you can start to make some lines, but you know, this would take forever. And when you get right down to it, you get actually into the game and you start running around, it looks wonky. Like it actually looks like you just, I don't know, were drinking some brown waters and forgot to mow in a certain area. I wish there was a way that you could, and I don't know what it would be. It'd almost be like you'd have to have different shaders. You'd have to have like the same level of grass, but one of them is a slightly lighter shade than the other, and then you could all have like one perfectly level, grass yard, but it would have lines in it. I think that would be really, really cool. Have no clue if that's even a possibility, but hey, man can wish, right? All right. So long story short on that long-winded statement, I'm not sold on the grass that I've put down here so far. But as I'm making things, I do like to have grass, so let's just go ahead and throw some grass down. Just so it feels like I don't have a giant bald spot in my yard. All right. Now, I wanna get to work here. So we need to. Did I mess that up? No, I guess it's okay. I kind of messed that up a little bit, as I was. You can see there, and to fix that, like the best way to fix that would be come into painting, and we'll just kind of just paint a little of that back in there. There we go. That looks perfectly fine. I think I want to add some concrete, so I'm going to use concrete here. Just like that. And I might even, so the blacktop, the asphalt, you know, would come in. And there's also multiple versions of asphalt now that Alien Gym provided. So I'm going to use that, and the asphalt maybe would take you up to there. And then the concrete would be this area over here. Maybe. Oh, and I got an idea. Hold on. Okay, so let me do this. Let's do this. Like that. Let me fix this little mistake right here. And you're going to find on this particular map that I'm building, I'm really being particular to all the details. And I had mentioned in previous builds, like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to have everything, like, perfectly squared. But for whatever reason, I am on this one. I don't know why. Let's go into decorations. I'm going to grab some... They are like curbs. So these are curbs, actual curbs. I don't want those. I want... And I forgot what the heck they're called. They are... When I find them... Right there. They are border stones. They're concrete. A couple of them are, like, elevated. These are nice and flat. And I'm going to put this... I'm going to turn my snapping back on. So again, that's C. So I want it to be nice and straight. And I'm going to put these here and just give myself a nice... You know, we should probably come off of this. Look at that. That is not... For whatever reason, that building is not square to that. And that's going to really drive me crazy. So we're going to turn snapping off. And again, we're just going to eyeball it. So we'll come straight off of here. Drop that there. Now I'm not going to turn the object at all. So I want to run this perfectly straight, just like that. And then you can run these. There are multiple lengths of these, so we could turn here. And I know the house is square. At least I think it is. And come in with this. Let's go back to our larger version here. There. There. And there. Back to the smaller version. Line that up. Then we'll get rid of these. And we'll come back into landscaping. We'll grab some painting and we'll paint that concrete so that it's not a gigantic mess right here. Just like that. Again, have fun with this game. Really, just have fun with it. Alright, I like that. That'll work. Now, over here, I don't think I'm going to put a border. I don't want this over here. I want grass. So we'll put grass down. Grab our meadow grass. Put that down there. Now, what do we want to do over here? I think, you know, we've got this beautiful entryway. I feel like maybe brick? Let's see if we've got some type of decorative fencing. I know I have some brick fencing in here. That would work. What does this look like? It's not terrible. Ooh, I kind of like that. I don't like that. Ooh, that fits the house. Yeah, let's try this. So let's come right here to there. And I don't love how that is. This isn't perfectly flat right here. So let's go back into our landscaping tool. Let's see if I can level this out. Yep. Again, just destroying what I had done. If you ever have an issue where that happens, you just walk up to it and delete or touch one of the sections, and it will go back level to the plane of the ground. Decoration, other, fencing. Let's try that again. Wrong fence. We may have to delete and come back at it again. I feel like here there might even be this and then this. And a little like opening right here. What we're going to have to do is delete that. There we go. It's close enough. We'll run this over to here. Maybe like that. And let's put another pole right there. Ooh, I have an idea. So because these are... do that. You can stack these. Well, you would need something. I'm trying to think of like a little archway. But I don't think I have anything that would actually create the archway and look right. All right, no worries. We've got to get this entire house though. It needs mulch. It needs flowers. This looks terrible. So let's come in. Let's get something like a border set up around the house. And then let's put a pool in. Let's put a really nice pool in. Not one of my crappy, like, DIY pools that I've done in the past. Let's actually put a proper pool in this time. I've got a mod that I think will work perfectly. Let's maybe extend this out a little bit and do a nice... kind of, instead of being just perfect angular, let's do this. And I think I'll put the pool out here, and then over here we'll come out some more. This one doesn't have to be as protruding, but maybe we'll do this. I love this part of this game. This is where you can really just have fun. Start making your dream home. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm thinking I may... No, that's my air conditioning unit. I don't think that's probably big enough air conditioning unit for this entire house. There's got to be more around here. But I don't want to... I was going to raise the land a little bit, saying, you know, like come into your landscaping tool and do your sculpting and maybe kind of bring up the back, like, so that it kind of... Well, we might be able to do a little bit here. We don't want it to actually come up into the house. But we could come up just a little bit to give it a little bit of elevation change, just so it's not flat. We wouldn't want it to be, you know, sloping down towards the house, because then you'd have rainwater. Do not want rainwater sloping back into your house. But we could do kind of this. Now we've got a nice slope away from the house. It's not huge, but it's just enough that you can kind of see it. There we go. Okay, now we need to get a border. Now I'm going to go with the quintessential decorative border. Everyone uses this border. I love it. I like it. It works well. We could go with some stone, but I think it's a little too tall. Like if we came in here with this, it's way too tall. So we're going to come in with the de facto right here, this fence. This stuff works extremely well. So we'll just come here and we're just going to work our way around. It looks expensive enough. It matches the shade of the house. The color is right. This will be perfect. That right there. Okay. Now, we've got to put some a tree. We've got to put some actual... spinning beach ball of death. That's never good. Never good on a Mac. But we're fine. We got out of it. Let's come into our landscaping plants. Let's drop a couple of plants in here. That's ugly. It's really, really ugly. That's better. That's not better. Those are... Well, those are terrible, I guess. No, I don't like that at all. Do not like that at all. Get rid of those. Those are awful. Awful, awful, awful. Let's go to plants. Let's look at some rocks. Let's come in here. Let's find a decorative rock. I'm just going to put that rock down. I don't like any of the other rocks. Now let's come into some trees here. And I think this hickory will be perfect. Let's put a tree right up against this window. We don't want to block this view over here. We don't really want to block this view here. But I feel like, you know, kind of... That's way too big. But I feel like, you know, right there on that corner... That might be okay. And then come into something a little smaller. Let's see what we've got that's a little smaller. Let's do some of these. Yeah, we don't want to block the view. So let's put it like right there. right there. Like that. Let's grab a couple of plants. Let's put some maybe some more rocks. Maybe some of these. Maybe something like this. Or that. That actually matches that color a little bit better. Like that. And let's find some plants to put around these trees. Those plants don't work. That's okay. And just kind of, you know, again, you can do whatever the heck you want. You could fill this entire thing out with plants if you wanted to. You know? Just do this. Might be a little excessive. So let's come back in with... We'll sprinkle these. These are, I think, weeds, but I kind of like them. They're kind of pretty. There we go. A little bit of landscaping for the side of the house right there. Now, we're going to put this pool in. So we got to build a deck. We got to build an area for the pool. What the heck do I want to do? Let's just drop the pool in first. So this is a Snake Bizzle's pool. It's in decorations. It's in other. And we got to find it. Again, I have so many mods and decorations. Where is the pool? Where is the pool? Let's go back to the beginning. Some roadways. There it is. Here's the pool. This is a great looking pool. I'm going to make this pool. I want it to be... well, this is where we're going to run into a problem. I've got this slope out here. I almost want to put it on a slightly lower plane than the rest of the house. So let's do that. Let's see what happens when I drop this down. That didn't work. That's okay that we can work with this. So let's demo that pool. So we know that that is where the pool wants to sit. So let's come in now with our landscaping and flattening tool. We're going to flatten this out. And again, I'm okay with it being down, slightly down a level. Let's flatten this out. Okay, let's try that again. Back into decorations, other. It's right here in the front, Snake Bizzle pool. Where'd you go? Did I already pass it? I think I did. I think I did. There it is. All right, trying this again. So the pool's going to go right here. And it did it again. You know what I need to do? I think I need to turn off. Yes, so let's leave. Okay, let's leave that. Let's come back in here. Let me hit V so that I don't auto level the terrain. Drop it down like that, and that is much better. Now, to fix this little area right here, we're going to come into our landscaping. We're going to come into our leveling tool. We don't want to get into the pool, though. We got to be very careful here. We just want to raise this up ever so slightly over here at the same level of the ground around it. We can turn up our strength if need be, and it's just going to fill in this area just like that. Nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Now, we've got to get down to the pool, and I love that it's got a little concrete area around it. I think we might add to that, and we might do some type of some paneling down there, but we need to build some stairs. And how the heck do you build stairs in Farm Sim? Well, you can do a couple of things. You can do a couple of things. So first and foremost, you need to get your grade right. So we need to go... We want to go to there, and we want to start here. We're going to bring our grade up. We're just going to make that so that it's a nice grade there. And I messed this up completely, but that's okay. Just come into your softening tool. You can soften this out, and that'll get us back to kind of a base state on where that was. Now, what we can do is, it's not terrible. Like, let's just walk it. So if we run over here and we take a look at this pool... You know, you come out of your back patio, you're going to walk down to the pool. We'll fix that, don't worry. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. But we still would probably need some type of stairs or something like a step. So let's go back into the build mode. And I want to flatten out. I know I just made it level, but I think I want to flatten this out. So I'm going to come back into landscaping, flattening. You're going to find that I make decisions and then I, like, change my mind. And then do something completely different. We'll do this. Okay, now I'm going to make that a little smaller. I'm going to flatten that, and I'm going to flatten that, and then I'm going to flatten that. And I'm just going to make it kind of a stair step right there. And I think I'm going to come into my plants, and I'm going to find some of my decorative rocks. I've got some smaller rocks. They're in decorations. I know I've got these really tiny rocks that I'm going to have to search for them. Where are they? You could use these. So you could come in here with... Like, these are part of the Elk Mountain Ranch. You could do, like, some steps going down, but... You know, that might actually not look terrible. Let's try this. So let's come in here. And let's put that down. I'm going to turn off my snapping, and I'm just going to run this kind of across. Like that. So that's kind of one layer. And then I might come down a layer here. And you could always rotate this if you didn't want to look like it's all one piece. You don't have to. Do that. Now I'm going to have to come into my... So I need to remember where this is at. So it's in the Elk Mountain modding area. Let's go back into landscaping, get my flattening tool. Flatten that. Flatten that. And flatten that. That should bring it up a little bit. And I might need to bring that up just a touch. So much trial and error in this game. Decorations other. Back over Elk Mountain modding. That was easier to remember. There's that. Remember to turn off the auto leveling. And we're just stair-stepping this down. Stair-step it down again. Like I say, in this game, if it's not available as a mod, just build it yourself. Try to build it yourself. See if you can do that. Okay, let's do another layer. Just like that. Now, what are we going to fill in between there? It doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to put some just gravel down. And I know that would probably feel terrible on your feet when you're going out to the pool, but let's just pretend we've got water shoes on. Okay, let's go into landscaping, painting. Let's see what gravel options we have. Doesn't look terrible. Get that down to about there. Nice step down. And then let's grab our, I believe this, and this should, that doesn't look right. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's see if I've got any other type of concrete. I don't. So you know what we're going to have to do here? We're going to have to go in. We're going to have to go into decorations. I've got some concrete plates that I think I'm going to end up putting down here. I think it'll look better. So let's grab these concrete plates. Is that one of them? Yeah, that's one of them. Let's rotate. And I just want to build my I want to build my pool deck a little bit more here. And I think that looks significantly better than what the painting option was going to be. But I want this to look right, though. I don't want this to be... Let's do that. What happens if I rotate? No, you see, then it's off. I don't like that. How do I do this? I could do this. Okay, let's do it that way. No. Urgh. I hate when this happens. I know what we'll do. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Okay, we're going to come in like this. Try to get it to just layer in there properly. I might even have to... that to... I'm hoping in newer versions of this game, 2025, that there are some enhanced build tools that are added, and that we get a little bit more, almost like elevation control on objects. I don't know if I'll get so lucky, but I would love that, because this gets so frustrating at times. Because I don't want this to be, I want this to be like properly flush. That's what we're going to have to do. So now I can come in here. There we go. Okay. Much, much, much better. That was going to drive me crazy. Now we can just kind of line this concrete border up just right around this pool. Let's do... Probably have to do the exact same thing here, and I'm going to likely have to bring this out. Back into our... Oh, shoot. You know, I forgot where those were. Concrete plates right there. I see them. These, I believe, were all platform available in the in-game mod hub. Because many, 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 many videos ago, I actually did a DIY pool that anyone could make. And it included these concrete plates and just modifying your terrain to make it like a pool. So I believe these are all platform on the in-game mod hub, and they are called concrete plates. Just like that. Then we'll rotate. Try to get that to line up. Nice. Rotate. Come on. Again, I'm probably putting a little too much time and effort into... We're going to have to do landscaping on that as well into this build. But again, I really like this map. You ever just... You get on a map you really like, and you stick with it, and you know, you spend hours and hours, you know, building your dream farm. And that's what we're doing. Okay, there we go. Decoration, back into other. Now let's go find that plate again. Right there. What I'm doing with this, I'm letting the game, I'm turning off that auto leveling tool. We would hit V to do that, the overlap tool. I'm just letting it overlap. So there's clipping going on. And depending upon how many of these you would put down, yeah, you could see some flickering. But again, just I know the limitations of the game. Just work with them. Just work with what we've got. And I think this is going to, yeah. That should line up perfectly right there. Yes. Okay, see, I like that. I like how that's turned out. Then we can come in and we can get some more of that gravel. Kind of finish that off right there. So you'd walk down to it. This would likely be, I think, grass. But I think what I might do... Probably need to come into our sculpting tool. We might need to bring that up just a little bit. So we don't have some of those. It kind of messes up what I'm trying to do there. Just a little. Why can't I make that any smaller? And I wish I had a really, really, really small. I just have to deal with it. That'll be okay. Let's grab some more rock and build a little retaining wall right here. I don't love those rocks. I don't love these rocks, but they are probably a little more in line with what we need. And I'll show you a trick as you're putting rocks down. We'll just build a little retaining wall. Let it clip. Don't worry about it. Just let it clip. Okay, so we did that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, well, that looks terrible. Well, come back in and backfill your area with landscaping. Just bring it up. You can just fill it right in through the rocks. It does not care. It's like the honey badger. And if that looks a little off to you, just use the leveling tool and just level right up to it. Go a little further than you think you need to go. And then come back in with your softening tool and it'll just soften the rocks right up. And they'll pop back into view. Now we've got a little bitty... You know, it's not a huge retaining wall, but it's a little one. And now we could, realistically, we could, like, come back into painting here. And let's grab this forest ground again. do this. We can connect this to here. Like that. And maybe this will come out to here. This whole area will be like that. Yeah, I like that. And yeah, that looks wonky, but that's okay. No worries. We'll grab the sculpting tool, just soften that right up. No issues, because we want to bring, so we're going to come back into our decorations tool. We're going to find that same de facto fencing right here that we used on the other side. We're going to bring this down, and this might honestly come all the way down here. Because, you know, a pool needs to have proper fencing around it. Now, for my pool fencing, I don't like to use that. I like to use the good old wrought iron. So I'm going to run that right up against there like so. And, you know, to be in full compliance, we could even put a gate in here. I want everyone to be safe. Gate would probably go the other direction, maybe. I always hate when that happens. So let's take that out. Got some errors. It happens. That is not... I don't like that. I think we might forego... No. Don't want to delete my concrete pad. We might just do that. And I think we might... This looks terrible right there, so I think we might get rid of that. We will do that. That looks a little better. Yes. Now, we could do the same thing with rocks down here, too, if we really, really wanted to. So, again, other, in this particular instance, or excuse me, it's landscaping plants. And then just find the rocks that you want to put in here. These are, that's a little extreme. That might be a little too big. But you could come in with like a base layer of this guy. And then maybe an upper layer of this. And then looks like probably have to have a third layer in here as well. So let's come in with, that's way too big. I like to turn my rocks, that way they don't look like they're, you know, that I'm duplicating them. Again, completely up to you on what your preference is. It should be fine there. Maybe I put in another guy right there. That's way too tall. Maybe I might have to come back in with that. It actually completes it a little bit. Again, just retaining wall after retaining wall. This entire property slopes down towards the river, as it should. And if you didn't want to go to this extreme, but you still wanted a little bit of, like, realism, you could go in and just paint. So there are, you know, paint types. You could come in with rock and just paint rock in. You could certainly do that if you wanted to. I think it's just fun to add, yeah, realism. And then let's come in, we'll put this down here. Because we're gonna, I think, go ahead and landscape this area. Yeah, might as well just landscape this entire area. Come in with some plants. You might even be able to find a couple of trees that you like, really, really small. Let's see what we've got here. Something just super tiny. Yeah, they could, like, put a couple of these in here. And, you know, gosh, I almost feel like I kind of need to taper this off. So let me look at my plants again and see what I've got rock-wise that I can bring this kind of up. Whoops, I didn't want that there. Go away, rock. It's funny, the rocks go from, like, tiny, tiny, tiny to too large. That might work to just... What I'm trying to do is just make this a little kind of taper off over here. There we go. That'll work. Now let's grab... my fencing. I think we'll just run this fence out to about right there. There we go. Now if we get our, our grass, and again, I'm not sold on what type of grass I'm going to use yet. But if you come in with grass here, you're going to see how that, that's meadow grass. That's way too tall for like a nice sculpted area. But if we come in with this level 2 grass, it might be a little better. We just got to keep the grass mowed. Which means we're going to have to get a mower, whole bunch of equipment. Now, this is like completely missing some stuff. We need to add some trees because it just feels, whoops. We need to get rid of that. That's gonna drive me crazy. So how would we get rid of that? I'd come in, probably paint, like go back into landscaping, painting, grab my grass, extend out my brush, paint that out, come back into my plants, then choose the grass that I want, which was the 2, and then just pay more attention this time. There we go. Okay, I want a big tree in here, so let's find like a massive elm or oak. There's an oak. Yeah, I love that. Let's put that oak like right there. Okay. And let's put another one. Like, let's run some oaks. Let's put one right there. And let's just start getting the property, nicely treed up. Do I want one out here? I don't know if I want one out there. Let me go into American elms. I love the American elms in this game. Really, really do. Maybe start with some elms out here. This entire kind of tier out here we can put elms on. And we'll go back and forth between super large and slightly smaller. We'll rotate. Probably maybe drop one in there. Yes, I like that a lot. I really, really do. Now, the last couple of things we want to do here, because I can't believe it. Again, I've spent so much time on this house. I thought it was going to be 2 episodes, and it's turned into like a dozen. We're already an hour into this, so if this was a speed build, I'd already be done. I wouldn't be able to go any further. But I wanna maybe put some lights in here. And here's what I love to do with lights. So I do feel like, yeah, I'm happy with that. I will probably, let's come out of the editor. So let's take a look at it. So we can walk up there nicely and go into the house, grab a little orange juice. You come out. This is the look. I almost feel like this is annoying me. So I want to get rid of... I want this gone. This... No, I don't want that to go away. I want that to go away. I feel like that would be not there. And maybe... Oh, I got an idea. Got an idea. Hold on. Stand by. We could put... It's in decoration. It's in other. I know what we can put in here. We can put some of these down, some concrete benches. Just like that. There we go. I like that. Much, much better. Let me grab... Just want to do a touch of grass right here. Just to make sure the grass is properly done up. Nah, that wouldn't be grass. This would be... Just want to get my grass there correctly. This would be... likely forest ground. That would probably go up like that. There we go. Now let's put some lights in here. You know what we didn't do either? We didn't do this. We gotta do this. We gotta fix this. Let's come in and let's grab our decoration. Fencing, we're gonna use the same fence. Again, stick with like for like fences. I'm out here. We're gonna rotate around here. I might make that nice and straight. There we go. Now we got to put some stuff in here. So back into your landscaping plants. We were doing a lot of this stuff. And then I was using some of this. Now we'll put some trees in here. So let's find a, something that's, what is that? Is that my office? Yeah, that's my office. I don't want to block that view completely. But I wouldn't hate that right there. And then over here, I'm thinking... What am I thinking? I don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe these in between the windows. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, now we got to put lights down. Here's how we do that. So I'm going to first save. Always save. Do not forget to save your game. We're going to come in. We're going to make it darker. What did I do? I did something. Oh, I know what I did. I reloaded the environment. I want to reload the weather. Not dark enough. Yeah, that's dark enough. Okay, now we're going to come in. We're going to put some lights down. So let's throw into our decoration lights. And we got to find lights that we like. And I love these Elk Mountain modding lights. They're just so nicely done. And probably put them inside here. Like that. So I got them on my corners, and then I'm going to try to split the difference. So there would be the center-ish. And then there's the center of that, and there's the center of that. Do the same over here. Center, I don't really need any more there, though. So center here. Center there. Now they're nice and properly spaced. I would absolutely have them coming down on these steps on the outside. Right there. And I would more than likely also have them kind of strewn about, in here. And I love the way the light the reflection, you know, bounces off things. So nice. Really just adds. I mean, again, this was such a boring area before, and I know we haven't done anything over here. It's going to have to be for another episode, I feel, because, again, there's so much to do. So much to do. And that's going to do it for this episode. We are just slowly chipping away at this many millions of dollars that have been spent on this mansion build. We've added a pool. We've got some landscaping in place, some beautiful retaining walls made out of rock. And then we've got a little bit of ambient lighting around the house. We're getting there. We are absolutely getting there, but there is so much more to do. Yeah, I didn't put grass down there. We'll fix that. I've got to kind of make that wall a little longer and, you know, put like a walkway in. But again, so much to do. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. We got a lot more to do, though. We'll see you next time right here on the farm with the Stovers.